MyGhost-Writer presents Tommy and the Time-Traveling Piggy Bank Adventure, Chapter 1. A Curious Morning in Pennyville. The sun poured golden light over Pennyville, warming every nook and cranny, painting the small town in bright hues. On his front porch, surrounded by a kaleidoscope of toys, Tommy sat cross-legged, squinting at the sky with deep, thoughtful eyes. His trusty pirate ship, complete with mini plastic figurines, lay abandoned at his side. Today, it wasn't the vast ocean of imagination he navigated, but rather a sea of questions swirling within his mind. Where does money come from? Tommy mused aloud, tracing an imaginary circle in the air. And why do grown-ups talk about bills so much? They sound important, but so boring. As if in answer, a faint jingling echoed from the bushes nearby. Tommy turned, intrigued. Out waddled Penny, his beloved piggy bank, but not the ordinary one sitting in his room. No, this was a shimmering, enchanting version of Penny. Her ceramic surface glowed with an iridescent hue, sparkling under the morning sun. "Hello, Tommy," she chimed, her voice sweet and twinkling like wind chimes. "You seem lost in thought." "Penny?" Tommy exclaimed, eyes wide with wonder. You're glowing, and you can talk? How?" Penny chuckled, sounding like a secret waiting to be shared. "I'm not just any piggy bank, Tommy. I'm a magical one. And I think it's time you learned about where money really comes from and its many adventures." Tommy leaned forward, excited, setting aside thoughts of make-believe voyages. "So money has adventures too? Like pirates and treasure hunts?" "Something like that," Penny replied. "Think of money as stories from different times and places, and I'm here to guide you on these journeys. We'll visit different cultures and eras to see how people spend, save, and prepare for their futures." Tommy's curiosity bubbled over, pushing aside any earlier doubts. "Really? We're going to travel through time?" "We are," Penny affirmed with a nod, a small coin magically appearing atop her head and tumbling down inside her. "But first, you need to understand the basics. Knowing how to spend wisely and save smartly will help you in all your future adventures." The thought of traveling through time sparked fireworks in Tommy's imagination. "So, where do we start?" he asked eagerly, bouncing on the balls of his feet. Penny jingled softly, circling Tommy as if casting a spell. "The key is in asking the right questions, just like you did. We'll meet people and explore stories from long ago and not so long ago. Today, we'll start easy." "Easy sounds good," Tommy agreed, though inside he was ready for anything. "And by learning, I can help my family with bills too, right?" "Exactly, Tommy. You'll see how spending and saving can be fun and crucial for the future," Penny assured, reassuringly. Tommy grinned, his determination as bright as the morning sky. "Then let's go, Penny. Let's start our first adventure." And with that, Tommy and Penny were set on a path to uncover the mysteries of money, their journey through time and imagination just beginning. The air buzzed with possibility as they prepared to step beyond the everyday world into stories yet untold. Chapter 2: The Victorian Market's Lessons. Tommy stood wide-eyed at the entrance of a lively Victorian market, the air thick with the scent of freshly baked bread and hot tea. Stall vendors shouted over one another, hawking their wares in rich, melodic accents. Horses clopped on cobblestones and women in bustling skirts exchanged coins with eager traders. It was a world alive with color and noise, and Tommy was right in the middle of it. "Penny, this place is incredible." Tommy marveled, trying to take it all in without getting trampled by the crowd. Next to him, Penny jangled merrily, as vibrant as the market itself. "Welcome to Victorian England, Tommy. Here, you'll learn your first lesson about the value of money in a fast-paced world." Just then, a voice broke through the chatter. "Hello there, you new to the market?" A young girl approached, her brown curls bouncing as she gestured to her lemonade stand. "Hi, I'm Tommy, and yes, I'm visiting," he replied, his eyes darting to her cart. "This is amazing. Do you run this whole stand yourself?" "Indeed I do," the girl replied, beaming proudly. "Name's Lucy. Every penny I earn here is for a special fund." She poured fresh lemonade into a cup, handing it to Tommy. "Want some? It's fresh and only a tuppence." Tommy fished out 2 coin-like shapes from his pocket, the Victorian coins Penny had provided before their journey. He handed them over, mesmerized by the subtle weight and history they carried. Lucy accepted them with a nod. "I save most of what I earn, you know. It's for buying books. Books can take you on adventures without leaving your chair." Tommy's interest peaked. So you save for books? That sounds like budgeting. Exactly, Lucy responded enthusiastically. You learned about that too? Not yet, but I think I want to, Tommy nodded. How do you decide how much to save? Lucy leaned in conspiratorially. I track what I spend, keep a list of things I've bought, what I need, and any special future goals. Finding balance between what I want and need, it's important. As Lucy spoke, the hubbub of the market continued around them. Bargaining banter ricocheted from vendor to vendor, each conversation a miniature lesson in negotiation. A burly man at a nearby stall chimed in, overhearing their chatter. Listen to Lucy, lad. Understanding what you have and what you need to spend it on. That's the real trick of it, even for grown folks like us. Tommy watched, soaking up the vibrant dynamics of the market as Penny gave a soft, affirming jingle. Always remember, Tommy, she said. Making smart choices starts by seeing the whole picture, just like we've seen today. Tommy nodded thoughtfully, his gaze surveying the rich tableau of Victorian life. It's not just about saving a few coins, is it? It's about knowing what to do with them. Lucy gave him a friendly nudge. You're quick, Tommy. Just remember, spend on what matters most and save for the larger dreams. Reassured, Tommy grinned, knowing he was beginning to unlock the mysteries of money thanks to their lively new friend. Thanks, Lucy. I won't forget it. As the crowd began to thin and the market wound down for the evening, Tommy turned to Penny. I guess it's time, huh? To get back home? Penny nodded, her gentle jingling an approving nod. Yes, but this is just the beginning. There are many more lessons and adventures waiting for us. And with one last look at the buzzing market, the familiar whirl of the time portal enveloped them, carrying a bit of Lucy's wisdom back to Pennyville and the adventures yet to come. Chapter 3: Oliver's Wisdom and Ellie's Inventions. The library's ancient oak doors creaked open as Tommy, brimming with tales of the Victorian market, joined his friends Ellie and Oliver. Sunlight streamed through the windows, dust particles dancing in its beams, while the scent of old books and polished wood lent a cozy air to their meeting spot. Ellie sat at a polished table, tinkering with odd gadgets, while Oliver perched proudly atop a bookshelf, his eyes wise and focused. Tommy, Ellie exclaimed, waving a paw from her pile of contraptions. How was your trip? I've been working on something that may just interest you. Tommy pulled up a chair, the excitement of the market still lighting up his face. It was amazing, Ellie. We visited a Victorian market. I learned so much about saving and spending wisely from a girl named Lucy. She ran a lemonade stand and made saving sound like an adventure. Oliver, the sage owl, fluffed his feathers and nodded appreciatively. Ah, the Victorian era, rich in lessons of balance and prudence. But tell me, Tommy, how do these lessons apply to today? Tommy pondered, recalling Lucy's words. Lucy said keeping track of what we spend helps us save for important things. I think, he hesitated, it's about understanding our needs and wants. Precisely, Oliver hooted, his voice carrying a soothing weight. Even today, successful financial habits hinge upon those very principles. One must always remember to spend on priorities first. Ellie's whiskers twitched with excitement, eager to share her invention. I've just completed something perfect for that, Tommy. She carefully placed a small device on the table. It sparkled with a hint of magic, one of Ellie's special touches. What is it? Tommy asked, leaning in with curiosity. It's a savings tracker, Ellie explained with a twinkle in her eye. It helps you keep tabs on your finances. You enter how much you earn and what you want to save, and it tells you what's left to spend. Wow, Ellie, that's genius. Tommy was genuinely impressed, poking at the contraption's buttons. So, it's like the list Lucy kept, but more. Well, inventive. Ellie nodded vigorously, her tail twitching with pride. Exactly. And it reminds you of your goals, so you're always aware of what you're working toward. Tommy grinned, feeling a connection between the past and present strengthening. Thanks, Ellie. And you too, Oliver, he added, grateful for the wealth of knowledge surrounding him. Remember, Tommy, Oliver advised in a grandfatherly tone, in both the present day and times past, financial security relies on understanding what we need. Be it a Victorian market or the digital age, these principles remain unchanged. Tommy's thoughts bubbled with more questions, ready for the next adventure, but he felt a sense of readiness now, a preparation for what lay ahead, furnished by his friend's support. As the day drew to a close, Tommy excused himself, his heart full of gratitude and eagerness. Thanks, everyone. I feel ready to put what I've learned to good use. We'll be here when you're ready for more, chirped Ellie, waving a wrench with enthusiasm. Indeed, young one, Oliver added, his voice warm and knowing. May your adventures continue to teach and enlighten. With newfound wisdom shaping his world, Tommy left the library, his mind buzzing with ideas on how to apply the lessons he'd learned from the past to his life today. As he stepped into the golden glow of the Pennyville sunset, he knew exactly which next steps to take. Chapter 4: Bringing Lessons Home. The morning light filtered softly through the kitchen window as Tommy sat at the table, his mind buzzing with ideas from his recent adventures. Today was the day he'd been anticipating, a chance to bring his newfound wisdom into his home, into reality. His mother, busy with a cup of coffee, glanced over and smiled. Tommy, ready to help us with the budget today? We've got the bills and groceries to sort out. Definitely, Mom, Tommy replied eagerly, tapping a foot on the tiled floor. I've got some ideas I think could help. His father entered the room, looking over a clipboard filled with figures. And what ideas might those be, champ? We could use all the help we can get. Tommy's face lit up with enthusiasm. Well, I've been thinking we could make a spending and savings list, kind of like something I learned from a friend I met, he explained, recalling Lucy and the Victorian market. A spending and savings list? His mother repeated, curious. Tell us more, Tommy. Gathering his thoughts, Tommy dove into his explanation. It's like this. First, we list all the things we have to pay, like bills and groceries. He paused, ensuring he remembered the steps just right. Then, we note the things we need but can maybe wait to buy, and the fun stuff too. His parents nodded, intrigued. Tommy continued, his confidence growing. Lucy, she's the girl I met, said she keeps track of her earnings and what she needs before spending on other things. His father raised an eyebrow, clearly impressed. That sounds like a solid plan. Do you know how she decides what's worth saving for? Tommy leaned forward, his voice animated. Lucy saves for things that can take her on adventures like books. She said we should balance what we want and need. That's wise advice, his mother noted, sipping her coffee thoughtfully. We do have some goals we're saving for, don't we, dear? Tommy's father chuckled, nodding in agreement. We do indeed. Sounds like you've picked up on budgeting a lot quicker than we have, buddy. Feeling proud, Tommy suggested further. Maybe we could even use Ellie's invention, an app or something, to track everything digitally. His mother looked thoughtful, setting her cup down. That could help us stay organized. We should definitely try it. Tommy's father ruffled his hair, grinning. You're a natural, Tommy. We could all learn from your adventures. Just then, the conversation was interrupted by a gentle jingling. At the doorway stood Penny, shimmering with approval. Don't forget about sharing your stories, she reminded, her voice warm and sweet. Learning is best when shared with others. Tommy exchanged a knowing glance with Penny, already digesting her wisdom. That's a great idea, Penny. Thanks. Later that day, the whole community gathered in the Pennyville town square, basking in the late afternoon glow. People filled the benches, young and old, all eager to hear what Tommy had to share. Standing at the center, Tommy recounted his travels, weaving tales of the Victorian market, the lessons learned from Lucy, and how these stories impacted his view on money. And so, by saving for big dreams and spending wisely, we can make sure we have enough for things that matter, like in the stories I learned and here at home. Applause rippled through the crowd, proud smiles all around. Parents nodded. Children listened with bright, curious eyes, inspired by Tommy's tales. His heart swelling with joy, Tommy realized the importance of sharing knowledge and how it could empower their small town. As the gathering dispersed, Penny jingled beside him, a subtle reminder of all they had achieved. Well done, Tommy. You're making a difference. He grinned back at Penny, visions of new adventures already dancing in his mind. Thanks, Penny. There's still so much more to learn and share. Together, they watched as Pennyville hummed with lively discussions sparked by Tommy's stories. The future looked bright, and as the sun dipped below the horizon, Tommy knew they were ready to embrace the lessons and the adventures that awaited them all. Thank you for listening to My Ghostwriter.